Obviously, I'm going to have to keep covering all the mental gymnastics that these people keep having to do to defend the transformer ideology. This time, apparently, Dylan Mulvaney came out as a lesbian. All of that and more on this episode of Speechless, Cut for Time. Hey, everybody. I'm Phares, the host of Speechless, and this is a Cut for Time video. Didn't have a chance to make it into the full live stream, but still, this video is brought to you by Paul Garcia Productions out of Bloomington, Normal, Illinois. Paul Garcia Productions will help your business get more business. Check out his info in the description. And everybody, I cannot believe this story. I cannot believe this story. And if you like it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. But I'm just gonna let him say it for himself. Dylan Mulvaney comes out as a lesbian, everybody. I was scrolling through, found this video, and it's from Dylan Mulvaney, apparently from like last year, coming out as a lesbian. So let's just all watch it together. Here it is.
Told my parents that I may be a little bit romantically interested in women. And that was a big shock for them, considering the past 10 years of coming out as gay, then queer, then non-binary, then trans.
Oh my.
And I think it was just a bit of a shock. So I tell my dad, and he goes, well, I would love to see you get a woman pregnant.
You guys are gonna have to see it. So first, here's the thing. So we're gonna come back to the rest of the video. But so this is a man who pretends to be a woman coming out as lesbian. Think about that for a second, everybody. Saying that he's attracted to women, but he also claims that he is a woman. So he's lesbian, but yeah, it's a lot of math. It is. It's a lot of math. And I found another video. We're going to come back to that one, but I found another video that really helps break this down for all of us covering this. It's really like college level math here, everybody. Here is that.
Dylan Mulvaney, the trans person who brought down Bud Light, has now come out as a lesbian.
So for this mathematical equation, D's will be represented by D because dudes come with D. He's a dude with a D who represents as a chick, but still has a D, so therefore chick over, but is now attracted to chicks who have V's because chicks only have V's. Now the problem is you can't add this equation together because the LCVs are not equal.
No,
D's and V's are not equal to one another. So to solve the equation, we take the dude with a D who thinks he's a chick with a D, and we invert it. We add V over chick. Now all we have to do is cancel out the chicks. Now, D's and V's are not equal to one another, but D's can go into V's. So now the equation becomes dude with a D equals D into V. And logically speaking, if D's go into V's,
I'm starting to get it.
You get S. S equals straight.
Oh, exactly. Dylan, all you're doing when you come out and say that you're might be a little attracted to women is just being a straight dude. That's really what you're, with a lot of extra steps, extra unnecessary steps. But nevertheless, this story gets even richer. I'm so happy this is from a while ago, but I'm so happy I stumbled across it. The story gets richer. Dylan Mulvaney, what he has to say next is even better when it comes to what his dad has to say about possibly Dylan being attracted to women.
Well, I would love to see you get a woman pregnant. And I said, oh, no. She would be getting me pregnant.
How does that work?
And then he said, what, do you have a vagina now?
Exactly.
And I said, never say never. And then I tell my mom, and she goes, I would just love to see you own property one day.
That's funny. The mom's
and in
funny.
California, that's sort of, a parent's dream. It's not having kids or getting married. It's
being able to own property,
to own a house.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Because that would mean that you have an absurd amount of money because California is an absolute hellhole where everything costs way too much. But I want to go back to the idea. Dylan's dad said, well, I would love to just see you get a woman pregnant. As most fathers would believe it is, hey, I would love to be able to have a grandchild, a biological grandchild. And Dylan comes back, it probably would have, I think one of the most hilarious things. No. She would be getting me pregnant. You're a biological male. How would that there's no basis for this in reality. And okay, here's the thing, everybody. The reason why I bring this story up right now. One, because obviously Dylan blew up as absolutely destroying the Bud Light brand first. Secondly, stumbling across this is a perfect example of the mental gymnastics that need to be jumped through for the leftist and transgender ideology to work. Look, we saw that math video. It was funny, but it's exactly kind of how it works is to be able, you have to jump through all these different hoops to push the idea that men and women are interchangeable and that everything that a man can do, a woman can do, and vice versa. No, there's two big things to talk about with this. The first is how absolutely insulting this is, and I've talked about it before, and I'll continue to talk about it. You cannot cosplay as another gender. It makes no sense that the left will continuously go up in arms that your child wants to maybe be an Indian, a cowboy and Indian for Halloween, but then that's a problem. It's a big problem for the left. But when a man wants to dress up as a woman, that's perfectly fine. If anything, that should be empowered. That should be empowered. Dylan Mulvaney and many like him are shills that dress up and play a part. They're paid actors for money. Paid actors that couldn't have been successful in any other way than pretending perpetually that they are something that they are not. And look, I also want to say with this, the second thing is that we need to treat the issue of the transgender community and ideology with empathy. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate Dylan because they're really mentally ill. They suffer from gender dysphoria, a belief in a certain sense of psychosis, a belief in something that is not. Just because you feel like a woman does not make you a woman. Just because you feel like a man does not necessarily make you a man. There are chromosomes that decide that. What is a woman? Matt Walsh asked, and we found the answer. It is a biological adult human female. Now, what we need to do is stop with the destructive behavior that is enabling this gender ideology. Saying, oh, yes. We're gonna tell you that your destructive behavior, your self-destructive behavior is perfectly good for you. And you should just feel comfortable pretending for the rest of your life. No. You don't tell a smoker that smoking is good for them. We need to have serious conversations about helping these people and sitting down with having them sit down with counselors that don't affirm gender, whatever really that means, but instead have realistic conversations about why do you feel like you are something that you are not, so we can genuinely help these people. Because it's not helping. I mean, if you look at all variables, changing genders does not help with the underlying mental health issues that come with gender dysphoria. And now I know that was a lot in just a short amount of time, but I think it's one, hilarious that Dylan comes out as a lesbian and then also says that a woman is going to get him pregnant. Makes no sense. Never going to happen. Hilarious and provocative on purpose for the brand that Dylan has. And then secondly, treat everyone with empathy. Treat them with respect. Despite the fact that this opinion, that Dylan's opinion holds no truth to it and lives in an absolute fantasy land, I have no hate in my heart for him or anybody who believes those kinds of things. I simply think people need help. So everybody, let's try to help people and actually help people. Don't forget, everybody, to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'd love if you guys could like, subscribe, and share. Have a great rest of your day. This has been Speechless. Cut for Time.